2 days. The 5 o'clock hour is hot on Fit FM 96.7, www.fitfmja.com. Your life, your music with Lady D, Denise Gomez, Inside the Zone. Catch me on Monday at 5 p.m. for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And on Friday, yes, at 5 p.m. for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. From abroad to yard, Trelawney. Fit FM 96.7, 6 years strong. People from all over, uptown, downtown, crosstown, country, and even foreign. You hear the vibes. Market hustle, taxi ride, or chilling in your favorite spot. Fit FM around the place. Big up Julia Benaya and the whole Fit FM family. 6 years of real authentic radio, the station will keep you entertained, informed, and uplifted. News, talk, culture, and the best music. Fit FM lock in. From Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez Green, we send enough blessings, more strength, and plenty more years of success. Fit FM, your life, your music. Join us on the Inside the Zone YouTube channel. We're on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers and beyond. And we need your support. Like and share. Hit those buttons for exciting content, engaging discussions, and all the latest updates. Together, we can build a vibrant and inspiring community. Don't wait. Hit those buttons today and share it with your friends. Hi, I'm Lady D, Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing? Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Male Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Satideh Mawnin runs. Join us on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Shern, Max, Jacqui, and me, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Inside the Zone with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. It's Satideh Morning Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Satideh Morning Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive.
Can you feel the vibe? Give me that beat.
Join us for a powerful International Women's Month edition of Satideh Morning Runnings on March 15 at 10 a.m. This week's topic, balancing ambition and personal life. Women Who Do It All. Featuring special guest Roschelle Salmon, author, aviator, and mother, sharing her insights on navigating career, passion, and family. Jacqui, Shern, Max, and Lady D will keep the conversation engaging and Unfiltered. Don't miss this inspiring discussion. Tune in live on LinkedIn, Denise Lady D. Gomez Green, Instagram at Lady D. Denise Gomez, Facebook Inside of the Zone, Facebook Lady D. Denise Gomez, YouTube Inside of the Zone with Lady D. Save the date, spread the word, and be a part of this empowering conversation.
The fiber.
Well,
Hey,
well,
super morning. Morning.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to Saturday Morning Runnings. We air Saturdays at 10 or a little after. Welcome to this morning's edition. It promises to be informative, entertaining, and a whole heap of laughter. And if you're not too sure what a whole heap mean, it means a lot of laughter here on the show. Of course, we do have our girl, Top. I had to take a double take just to ensure I saw the queen over Yasso because of
Sure. I just knew she was coming at you. Sure.
and
hi.
we have a very special guest this morning, someone who we've known for a long time. This is Roschelle Salmon.
Hey,
Hi, Rochelle.
Ro.
Good morning, ladies.
Good
Yes,
Good
morning.
morning.
it's so nice to have you, and we will be talking up the things. As most of you are aware, we are still in the month of March celebrating International Women's Month, and therefore we're pulling them from out of the boonies. Wherever we can find them, we're going to nab them and carry them, like drag them over here. If it's your first
Eh,
time joining us here on this platform, we welcome you. It's a beautiful day. Where are you? Drop it in our comment section and let us know where you're watching us from. Of course, here is a mixture of everything. All of us here are Jamaicans, including Ro, my Vogie. And so we just we are interchangeable. We're here in the standard English and then we switch over to our patois. But if it requires a bit of translation, we're open to doing that. So we'd like to welcome you to the show this morning. So, ladies, how are you? Ro, we greet you up and bless you already. So thank you for tuning in.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes,
Everybody, good morning. Thank you so
we
much for
have
having me.
Canada in
It's
the
a pleasure to be here.
house.
yes. So bearing
Canada.
in mind
You know,
that in our own spaces, our bandwidth may be a little delayed. So you give some time so one person can complete before we have that kind of overlapping thing. So we want to bless up everybody. Welcome. Max, how was your week?
I am not complaining at all, at all, at all. It was awesome, wonderful, progressive, and successful.
Sure. And I
Thanks for
see you were
asking.
switching colors here this morning. So yeah.
Yes, I just felt the vibe from last night. So I said, this is what I'm coming in.
Yes, ma'am. And Jax, you celebrated birthday on
Yay!
Thursday. I
Thursday.
mean, it turned out to be an international birthday. How was it?
It was lovely. I did backyard farming with my mother.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's what I did on my birthday. We planted some vegetables. We have tomatoes. We have sweet peppers, pumpkin, and
Mhm.
what else we have? We have white yam in our little
Love.
space. We just
Sure.
use whatever space we have, and
Mhm.
we planted. And in the evening, we cut a little cake and had some ice cream with the girls.
Wonderful.
Very
It was
nice.
nice.
Sure. Nice. And Sharnsy,
You
what
don't
did
have
you
to be exaggerate.
No.
Okay. All I can say is a woman's work is never done.
That part.
Yes,
That's
Never.
how my week
Thank God
was.
we're here.
Yeah.
that's right.
That part.
Well,
Busy
we're,
plus.
we're all here, and I'm glad to see you. No, so
Yeah.
Ro, we thought of inviting you because we know that you have been um, very busy and progressing in life and so on. And for those of you who are tuning in, we would like to welcome you to the platform. This morning, our topic is balancing ambition and personal life, women who do it all. And so we welcome you to Saturday morning runnings where we talk real things, real conversations about life, success, and keeping it all together. And so this morning, we're going to delve into this topic, and we understand and know that success doesn't come easy, especially for women juggling careers, families, and personal dreams. And society often expects women to be superwoman,
Mhm.
boss in the
Mm-hmm.
workplace, queen in the home, and still find time for themselves. But we ask the question, is it really possible to have it all? So we're going to break that down today in our show. And hey, when we are doing what we are doing, we don't realize how it's impacting another person or other people. And
Mm.
we can get so caught up into, wanting to achieve. And then we say, but what's really going on? Why am I feeling this way? So there may be a void or something. But we're going to talk up the things this morning. And with Ro here with us, and we thank her so much, she can now, we'll be able to share her journey as we, have this exchange with her, and knowing that, what you see, it don't just come so.
So it don't come easy.
No, that's
No,
real.
no, you have to put in the work. And if you don't put in the work, then certainly you won't achieve
Achieve
anything
it.
at
And
all.
is it possible for women to have it all?
Mhm.
Yes, it is possible, but we have to be prepared to do it all
Yes.
Hmm.
So I'd
in
like
order
to
to get there.
introduce, thank you, Jack.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to introduce Roschelle formally. She's an author, aviator, and a devoted mother who has embraced reinvention at every stage of her journey. After her divorce, and when her son went off to college, she found herself at a crossroads. For her, it was a time to rediscover who she was without the roles of wife and full time mother. With a deep love for travel and aviation, she became a flight attendant, a career she cherished for almost 5 years. However, her passion for the skies extended beyond the cabin, and she made the bold decision to learn how to fly. Now, a licensed pilot, she's pursuing her instrument rating with the ultimate goal of achieving her airline transport pilot, the ATP certification. For Rochelle, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. This ought to be an interesting conversation. So, Ro,
Interesting, yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for that introduction, Lady Dear. I appreciate it. It's so nice to be here with you guys this morning.
yes. And you know something, Jacqui knows you. I know you. I met you back in 2000, I think, 8,
AIDS. Yes.
when it was your first book.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to remember who connected me to you, though. That part I
I
missed.
know. It's a fuzz. It's fuzzy.
Yeah. But you came into the radio station, sat with me, we spoke about the book, and ever since then, we've
Yep.
always been connecting. And she's an actress too, by the way. Yeah, I went to a Broadway play that
Rochelle, when do you sleep, hon? When do you sleep?
You sleep when you're dead. You sleep when you're dead.
Okay, all right. I hear you.
I know somebody who says that.
right?
Yeah.
But Ayana, who a mutual acquaintance friend,
Yes.
had written a play, and Ro was the main character. I tell you, Rochelle went into her
Into her role.
mode,
Her
and
character.
Man, it was amazing. That was so good.
Thank
And
you.
then years later, I saw that she was dressed in a nice little blue dress with a scarf around her neck in a familiar space. I said, hold on a little bit. Became flight attendant. I said, what?
I know.
And now we also see her hauling a little aircraft.
We see her standing up on here aircraft wing.
I'm like,
We said
what
she's not
is
afraid she
going
drop
on here?
off.
So, Ro, we want you to kind of share with us as we, talk with you, because of course it's not an interview.
Right. It's a
So,
discussion.
we just want you to share your
It's a rap
journey.
session.
It's
Yeah,
a rap.
right.
Yes.
Thank you. It's a
Right.
rap session. But before you do that, we do have our guests. If you're joining us for the very first time, we'd like to welcome you. It's a lot of fun over here on a Saturday. You just
Yeah.
get to let out your hair like Max and just
Yes, exactly. Flowing on
And
my
I let
shoulder.
out
It
your
gets
hair
sweet.
or you take
When it-
off your hair.
Yeah, when it gets sweet and the laughter get enough, you can pull out the
Yeah.
hair and shake it and let it
Yeah.
fall.
just don't.
We've had those days.
So we've had a lot of jokes on this platform. Just don't do like me, who went to a water park with a nice wig and a shower cap and jumped 16 feet, and then the wig no come back up. So just remember that. But we want to just
Lord.
welcome more. So my Minty was first this morning. Morning, Mints.
Meant to come to class early.
Yes, then Kat is here. Morning, Kat. Howdy, howdy. Guess who is here? Bewildered.
Bewildered.
Hey, Alden.
I'm
Good to see you,
bewildered.
girl.
Wow.
Bewildered has arrived. Morning, Lovey's here too. Morning, Lovey. And who else? Valerie skiing.
That's my people.
Oh, watching from Florida.
Oh,
Morning, Valerie.
nice.
From Florida.
Kat is
Nice.
in Canada. My Auntie Ems is in Canada.
Wow.
And,
Canada in the house.
yes. Morning, Sister Morrissey. You're
Representing.
early. We're so happy you come early, man. That's so nice to see you. Drea is in Barbados.
Yes.
Hey,
And
Drea.
Marie, one of our silent but engaging when she's
Our-
ready.
Our
Yes.
silent listener,
Yes, viewer. She goes,
silent viewer.
everyone. Thanks for the highlight of these powerful women. Whatever we set our mind to, it can be done.
Very
Absolutely.
much so.
Yes.
So, Ro,
Absolutely.
tell us now, Miss Ro, what's been going on with you?
Oh Lord, what a
We
loaded
only can
question.
talk the highlights. We don't know the behind the scenes.
Say again?
We don't know the behind the scenes.
So where you want me to start from?
Lord, man, you did married.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, right? In the beginning.
Start there front.
In the beginning, I was born.
And God said, "Let there be light." In the beginning. So
Yes.
I was married, right? I was married for about 10 years, and life happens. Relationships don't always make
Work.
it, and unfortunately, mine didn't. And I came to a point in time where when my son went off to college, it was just like, who am I without all these titles, right? And I just wanted to, excuse the pun, but spread my wings, and something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a flight attendant, and I did travel extensively even before that. And I interviewed. I got a job with Frontier Airlines, and it was honestly one of the best jobs I've ever had in my life. I loved it. I loved the flexibility of just being free, being in the air and meeting people and working with amazing crew members. And a captain who I became very friendly with, a female captain at that. I saw her one day and I was like, her name is Captain Stacy. I was like, Captain Stacy, you look good in your uniform. And she was like, I think you would look good in this uniform too. So I just, shrugged it off as her being polite. And we were on a 4-day trip. And for the next 3 or so days, she kept, I don't want to say harassing me, but saying like, I'm serious. I really think that this is something that you should consider doing. And I'm like, okay, you know, again, thinking she's being polite. On our last day, however, we were, she called me up to the cockpit. She made a phone call. We're on a long haul. I think we're going to Vegas. It was like a 5-hour trip. And she called me up to the cockpit, and she had a piece of paper that she had written out, a pros and cons. One line with flight attendant, one line with pilot. And I was like, Captain Stacey, you're really serious? Like, you're really serious? And she was like, I am very serious. I can't shake this. Like, this is something that I think you need to do. And I just started to see beyond her and look at it as kind of like divine providence, if you will. And then the following month, I went to a flight school and did a discovery flight. And it was, wow, something literally like opened up in me. And I'm like, yeah, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, that's
and here we are.
And here we are. And it wasn't, like I said, it was a treacherous road, but yeah, finally got to the.
You say was. Are you finished?
I'm not. My road to private pilot was treacherous. Now it's levels to this, right?
Okay.
So, after private, then you do instrument rating, which is what all pilots do. When you're flying on a commercial airliner, your pilot is not looking outside. He's literally flying, or she is flying by reference to instruments.
Okay.
Does that make any sense? So for example, like if you're in inclement weather and you're in a cloud, you obviously can't orient yourself.
Right.
Because you don't know what's up. So your instruments are what guides you on the attitude of the plane that you're in. And you know, that's how most aircrafts fly.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing now. And then after that is commercial, which allows me to be paid to fly. Because right now I can't be paid. And after commercial is multi-engine, where I have to fly a plane with 2 engines. And then after multi-engine, it's, if I choose to instruct, I have to do what is known as CFI, which is a certified flight instructor. And then after that, it's CFII, which is certified flight instructor instrument. So to be able to teach other people how to fly, to be a private pilot. And then the II is how to teach people how to fly by instrument. So that's the trajectory. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So,
I know things that.
Go ahead, Maxie.
I was saying that's a lot, and I really applaud you, Rush. I really applaud you, because let me tell you something. It is not me. I can't barely go on a flight. So I really and truly have to say, hats off to you, girl.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hats off to you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that was some amount of divine intervention. No, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Everything just came together.
Yes.
You know, so you were born obviously with a lot. When God did give a talent, you were going to the line about 4 times. You just go in. And God said, you do that already. And you will come back again and you change your hair and you come back and you get something else, you know?
I just fast. We just fast enough.
You know, that's you just go through, because a lot of people, you know, some people are like multifaceted. To call you that is putting it mildly. Because just by how you were saying, and there's levels to this, and then you do this, and then that is that. To you, that's just like, as a matter of fact, you have my head spinning.
Right.
You know, I'm like, what? Are you not done yet? You know? So it's very, to you, it's like easy. To some people, it's daunting. You look at you, be like, no, sir.
Yes.
See, Max,
Hold on this turn.
She's stopping you.
You know what? Give the impression. Say it's easy, Jaja. No.
No, man. So you said it was treacherous, so me understand. But it's the way you embrace it. It's the way you embrace it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
right.
And I'll tell you what. And I mean,
we're having a little delay.
There is a delay?
No, maybe on Jacqui.
It's on her part.
Okay. So, all right. So it is daunting. And there were times where I'm like, no, sir, me not do this. I give up. I quit. I have said that a plethora of times. No one sit down here and tell the people them no untruth and give you the impression that, it was like smooth sailing. It wasn't. I came up against so much opposition on this journey. And to the point where I'm like, God, I clearly don't think I heard you right, because me not think say if you give somebody a mission, it should be this, to use Shern's word, daunting. But every step of the way, every time I decide to quit, every time I jump, like God said, you're going to Nineveh, and me go head to Tarshish, me end up in a fish belly. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
as they would, Roschelle, as they would say, that the cut and go through, just cut and go through. You go around and
go through.
You know, when you run your robot and it goes one buck up and it turn around and go up.
Same way.
You that. Because you know what, it has to be done. And last week when we had Dr. Faith, she said you have to do it scared.
That's it. Do it afraid.
Do
it afraid. Yes.
Are scared or afraid? One of them.
Afraid. That was going to be funny. That was going to be my next. That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you if there was any moment during, this part of the journey that you felt fear.
What if? But when I say fear, not necessarily fear of flying. It was more. Fear of. Oh boy. So when I first started, I went to a school that I will call a terrible place. I'll just refer to it as that. And I was the only person that looked like me there. In terms
I was going to ask you about that. I was testing the temperature to see if I could ask you, did you walk up on any kind of discrimination?
Girl, that's putting it mildly. So again, I was the only woman there were other women there, but I was the only woman there that looked like me. And man, it's wow. It was, sometimes when I think back, it was traumatizing, really and truly. And it's a boys' club by and large, and they don't, that's first of all, it's a boys' club. Now, a woman and women of color, it is
that's double whammy.
It's not welcoming at all. Nevertheless, I know who I am, and so I went and put my best foot forward. It just was not a good experience for me, and I called my God. I had a higher up, a friend who's a higher up at my airline, and I called him back. I had resigned from my job to do this, by the way. Let's mandate to resign, and that was scary because you know what I mean. And so when I went through that 3 months at that school, I called one of the higher ups at Frontier Airlines, and I'm like, I want my job back. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm sorry, I quit. Please forgive me. I want to come back. And he oh, God bless this man. He left from Orlando. He drove to Tampa and sat with me at the airport and asked me to share what happened with him, what happened to me with him. And I did. And a friend of mine, Jeanette Bayardell, who is a dear sister of mine, she's an established Broadway actress. She had been with me along the journey. She heard what I was going through, and she shared my story with another pilot who is a Black female pilot, who took that story and shared it with another pilot who's a Black man in Detroit. And he said, the gentleman said he was moved by my story, and he said, his name is Tom Good, and he said, if she's willing to come to Detroit for a week, or she's willing to come to Detroit, I will train her for a week. And I'm like, oh my God, Detroit. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm over this. No, I don't want to do this. So I ended up telling the gentleman from my job the story, and he said to me, I'll make a deal with you. He said, go to Detroit. He was like, and you train with him for a week and you don't like it, I will give you your job back at your same seniority and your same pay. deal. Because me and my man, you know, said
You're not.
You're not fair.
I said deal. Let's shake on it. So said so. It just so happened that I have an aunt that lived in Detroit, and she was like, "Come on down, come stay. You can come and stay the week with me." The pilot, I wasn't sure how much he was going to charge because instructors are very expensive, very expensive.
I can imagine.
And I did not. I went on there by faith because he hadn't told me how much he was this week was going to cost. And I'd asked him, and he said, "You come. We'll talk about that when you come." And I'm like, "That's not fair," but fine. And I went and I asked him, "Can you let me know what this is going to cost me to train with you for the week?" And he looked at me and he said, "I'm not going to charge you anything." He said,
"Look on God."
Wow.
Look at that.
He said, "I'm going to call in a favor. Somebody owes me a favor. Somebody who owns a plane." He was like, "I'm going to call in a favor. And the only thing you have to do is just pay for the fuel."
Wow.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's major.
I mean, honestly. So I'm like, wow, thank you so much. I said to him, he said to me, "Do you know why I'm doing this?" A Black American man. He said, "Do you know why I'm doing this?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, because when I was started off on this journey, he's in his 60s. He's a big man.
Easy on the 60s. Hello. Easy on the 60s.
No, that made me listen. What am I trying to say? All right, let me get context. My instructors now are like 1920. That's what I try to give a little.
Yeah. No, man, me I trouble you. I'm in the 60s club, you know. So
let me clean up the mess I just made. So
I'm loving this show.
"You know why I'm doing this?" And I said, "No, sir." He said, "When I started on this journey in the 80s, he said, I didn't have a me." He said, and he said he went to a flight school. He had 10,000 American dollars to pay for his school, and they looked at him and was like, "You don't belong here."
Wow.
As a Black man. And so he was like, "I didn't have a me." He was like, "And I know what you're dealing with. I know what you're facing." And he said, "And I'm going to help you." And I'm like, and when you now can just pay it forward. And I was just like so moved by that. And for that 1 week, you guys, the man, he was not hard on me. I mean, at one point, he was tough, but he cared. He was cared. Yes. He was in the aircraft. I mean, it would be gusting 20 knots. I'm not used to them big winds. I'm like, "Oh, we're not flying today because it's gusting." He was like, "I'm glad you looked at the weather. We're flying today, young lady."
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh God.
God, I want this. And the aircraft, butting me up, like with that military. But like I said, I took it because I know his heart was with me. You know?
Yeah. Yes.
And for that 1 week, you guys, that man poured into me, and I came back. I called the VP at my job, and I was like, I want to rescind my request. I don't want my job back. I don't want my job back. It's okay. And then I took some time off to just kind of heal from the experience, and then I went on to a new school where I still am now. And it doesn't come with without a share.
Sorry, but I have to butt in right here, Roschelle.
Yes, no problem.
Before I forget that, before we leave this point and go to another point, what I want to say here is this, and you probably know it too, and the rest of the ladies on this platform hearing my voice. Those other folks that were there in that school with you, they wanted you to quit.
Yes.
They wished you had quit.
Yes.
They wanted to see you throw in the towels and give in. But you had such big determination, you decided that with the help of God as well, and that gentleman who trained you, they would have wanted to see you walk away. But God knows best and knows why you stayed, and it's for a reason and a purpose. Clap yourself. Clap yourself.
Yes. Goes to show you how people can break your spirit. They don't know the plans that God has for you, and they're not seeing it in His eyes. And it goes to show you how easily somebody can break your spirit and eventually break your dream.
Yes,
because that was a dream of yours.
Yeah, because when they break your dream, they are the ones who win. They become the winners.
And how dare they decide? How dare they decide that the hue of your skin is not going to carry you through?
Disqualifies me.
Yeah, disqualifies you. Yes. So welcome everyone. You're tuning in. I hope that you are listening because we have male and female on here this morning. And it's just this week, good friend I have was kind of reflecting on the woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. And I said, no bother go there. So just move forward. A lot of times we'll get derailed. And that is the objective of our conversation this morning.
It's a human feeling.
Having Vogue here, well, I call her Vogie, that's our little thing.
That's our name. Yes.
Yes, having Roschelle here with us this morning. When you see people get to a certain level and you're there wishing and hoping and so on, whatever you decide to do, which is what we have been saying here on this platform, if you're going to do something, you trust God and you start. If you don't start, then nothing will happen.
That's
there
right.
needs to be a beginning.
That's right.
Because we're thinking of the finish line and we have not even done the on your mark yet. We're not in the blocks.
Period.
You ain't lace up your shoes yet.
Same. So
Yeah,
so we want everybody to know that your dream will become a reality, but you have to play your part.
You have to start.
Absolutely.
You have to start. Whatever you should have done, should not have done, here we are today. You can say, all right, then, so the last 10 years, I started, I stalled, I didn't start at all.
Right.
But here I am today. Do I still want it? Am I still open to pushing through for it?
Yes.
Because if you don't do that, and you may have people who are encouraging you in this space, Ro didn't really have nobody. She have her family and so on, and everybody is in the whole.
But she won.
This thing are gonna happen, and she gonna be, the pilot and so on. But then she would have to be the person in this decision making to make it happen.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
And that is why we end up beating ourselves.
That's true. I guess, to summarize that, it's like, the what does it say? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, right?
One step.
And what I really want to like hone in on is a lot of the times we do have that dream in our heart. I don't care what it is, right? It's been with us and like, and then we look at our age and we say, time has gone. No, once there's life, you have life. There is nothing. Our parents always tell us, "Oh, you can do anything. Nothing is." God said nothing is impossible. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm in my 40s, late 40s at that, and I'm embarking on this journey, which the world and society would tell you that you're too old, and that is just not the truth. I don't care how old you are. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, me not care. As once you have life and you have good health and a sound mind, it is never too late. It's
never too late.
Go for it.
Look at our guest last week, ladies. Dr. Faith. That woman inspired me so much. Dr. Faith, she got her PhD.
Wow.
She just got her PhD. And I shared with you guys that when I went back to nursing school, somebody said to me, why now? And I said, why not?
How about that?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Good question.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and Thursday, I celebrated 57 years. So why not?
Congratulations. Big deal. That's a big deal.
Somebody said, I don't take care of myself. I don't take care of myself to hide my age. So when people ask me my age, I shall be telling you.
Yes.
Well, I never hide mine.
Yeah, I remember 57.
Me too.
That's all I can say.
Me too.
Not true, man.
I remember it too. Yes, I remember it.
You all look fabulous. You know they said that good black don't crack, y'all. Y'all
That's
fine.
we're not cracking over here, Ro. We're not cracking over here.
Yeah,
the only cracking going on over is cracking up, laughing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
And that's the way of staying young.
So I must apologize for producer.
I was going to ask, where is our producer?
Yes, producer is at a men's gathering this morning. So, he stole a moment.
Okay.
Yes, to say good morning to us. I want to say
cool.
morning, all.
Morning, producer.
So he says, sorry, I'm not on live. I'm at men's conference trying to catch up with us and how we are. So
a cheap little time.
Yeah. Chris is on from Caribbean Vibes.
Chris said he's in Jamaica?
Yes, he's tuning in from Jamaica. He went
there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. St. Thomas.
That's his parish.
Enjoy the bath.
Okay, got you.
Enjoy the bath.
Nowadays,
Yes, bro. Things are happening
my
over
mom
here.
just shouted out, "Hi, Mom."
Oh,
let me tell you something about this woman. She has been such a support force for me, like you would never know. Like,
please tell us about this one wonderful lady.
My mom?
Yes.
Oh God. Oh my. Every time that I'm at the point where I'm like wanting to give up, and my reasons, which I feel are completely valid, she prays me through, she supports me through it, financially, emotionally, in any capacity that is needed. And I'm really I'm like, wow, God really raised up my mother for such a time as this to be a backbone and a support system.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
And we have to thank God that they're around.
I have to big her up front and person.
Big up, mom. Big up, big up.
What you call her, Mama, Mommy?
Blessing.
Mom, what you call her?
Mama. Miss Roro.
Rowena.
Miss Roro.
Well, both of you are Roro, so
she's a Roro.
Yeah, Miss Roro. Mama Roro. Awesome. But Roschelle, tell me about the book. I think when I met you, you had one book, I think, if I remember right. Tell me about the book.
I have two now. I wrote two.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't get a chance to read your book because I had so much going on at the time, because at the time I too was going through marital issues, and I think that was where you and I shared similar situations.
That's right. And I remember we connected on that. Absolutely.
We connected on that, and it was really a cushion for me, because I didn't realize that somebody else could see what I was going through or even experience the same thing, because that was my first marriage, and it really was rocky, and you would understand. And that was when we talked about your book. So tell me about the book.
Well, the first one, Night Before Dawn, it was inspirational fiction. It's about a young lady who is over head in love? Head over heels. Over head over heels in love. Yes. With the man of her dreams, and like 8 months before the wedding, she discovered that he's rendezvous with the best
Roschelle,
friend.
we want them to buy the book, so they'll sell what
give out the plot.
No. It's much. That's just there.
Okay.
No.
As long as you don't give it away, me know why you give it away.
Yeah, well, it's a riveting story about just like betrayal and just healing and deliverance, and how really when you center God in your life, like it always just work out for you good, no matter what it is.
And he always
right.
You know what? Honestly, they could just email me if they're interested in it. They can email me at either Roschelle Salmon at gmail.com. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
But it was really a good book, and I interviewed Ro, and we had a really good conversation.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. And the second one is After Dawn.
Nice.
After Dawn.
I'm a bookworm, certified.
Are you?
So it's After Dawn. It's After Dawn a follow up of
It is.
first
Yes.
one?
Okay.
Okay, it's a follow up.
Is it gonna be a trilogy? Coming like we everything
No,
one time, you know.
no, I honestly, I'm in this space right now that after I'm done with my training, I crave, like I'm talking to you on a laptop that I recently purchased because I crave getting back into that space of just, I have so much to talk about now. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
since I'm with those
Right.
first
Yeah,
two
you have a
books,
lot more books to write.
Right.
You have a lot more
yes,
books to write.
I'm almost
Right.
pregnant, you know, with
You
that.
know, because sometimes people don't
Yeah,
understand, you
you have
know,
a lot of you have a lot of materials up here. I know what
up
you mean.
here.
And yeah.
And sometimes for people who love that that the literary, you know, producing books, writing books and writing poems and poetry and so on. Sometimes people don't realize that when you're not writing, or if there's something else going on, like for me, it was school and other things going on. So I really wasn't doing any writing. I picked up the books. My sister even bought me books that I can write in, and I write for 2 days and put it down. It's like when other things are occupying my mind, I really can't write.
No.
And it's like afterwards, you know, like, you know, yesterday when I thought of what do I say? How do I say thanks to everybody who wished me a happy birthday? And I just went back to how I woke up. And it just started flowing.
And my friend say, Jacqui, it was well written. I read it and it was well written.
And when I write like that, it's
lovely.
coming from a place of feeling, you know, deep down. And that's exactly how I woke up, because I was just about to roll out of the bed and I heard the door knock and the kids came in and they had these flowers, and then my mother and my sister came behind. And it's like I just broke down in tears because I've been going through so much. It's like I felt like there was a little relief.
Yes.
It's not all the relief that was released, but there was something that came over me and I just started crying, and everybody just started crying at the same time. And it's easy for me to write those things.
Yes.
I love writing. My mother loves writing. My son, it's in our bones. It's in us.
Yes.
So I want to really get back to that place where I can write those poems and write those songs. I have a book that I wrote.
You should.
And I call it my book of prayers. And I had that for from 2015. I had that book. And I wrote a few songs. Those songs were supposed to be given to someone, and I did not think they were it's not that they wouldn't do it justice, but it's a feeling behind it, and I didn't think there would be putting that feeling behind those songs. So I kept it, and I didn't do anything else after that, but I want to get back to that. So I know where you are, Roschelle.
and that comes with that authenticity, right? So if you're able to write from that space, whether it is that pain or it is that joy or whatever, that being able to share that authentic part of you is what the world really needs. Like we want to, like we glean inspiration, we glean hope and support from everything that you can contribute. So
people need something tangible to hold on to. So there is God, there is some motivational and inspirational pieces that people need.
Yes.
You know, we all have different skill sets.
Yes.
And not be operating
absolutely.
in all of them, because that requires a special gift to be able to be multitasking like that. Over here, you're doing one thing, then somebody over here. But
there.
at some point, you know, it's important that we really do some introspection and say, what is it that I really want to impact somebody? So like Ro is now saying, hey, after I'm done, I'd like to impart my knowledge
Right.
onto other people, and the experience you had where you had to now move from your place, right, of a familiar place and go someplace else just because somebody reached out to you, said, hey, I can help you. So
I want to know,
no matter what we're going through, there's always that one person.
Person that God provide. That God provide.
Yeah.
I want to know, Roschelle, because a lot of people will tell you, like, I just decided to get up and leave. And you say, oh my God, I couldn't just do that. How am I going to survive? How you just quit your job and went into flight school, which requires a lot of money, a lot of sacrifice, I'm sure. How did you manage? How did that change you or affected you?
It was scary. I will say, I'm not gonna say it was like, oh, okay, time to quit my job and just get up and go. I mean, not just quitting my job. I had to give up my apartment in New York. It was a whole series of events.
Series of things.
Yeah.
That came with that. But I when you have a word, right? When you have a mandate that only you know that's inside.
Oh yeah.
It's not really for the hearers because they didn't get it, and they look crazy to the onlookers.
Yes.
But it doesn't really. And when you do have a mandate, and I do enjoy drawing. I take inspiration a lot from the scriptures, right? And there's a story where Jesus is walking on the water, and Peter, everybody's looking at him like, whoa. And Peter's like, if it's you, bid me to come, right? And Jesus just says one word, and he just says, come. And then Peter, get out, and now he's walking on the water, right? And so I bring that to my own reference by saying, when you come on the water, if you have a mandate to say come, you don't really worry about anything else. You try not to, because then you'll begin to sink, because all the fear and everything is going to start, getting at you. Right. But I had a mandate, and I stepped out on faith, knowing that, it's either sink or swim, and I don't, or sink or walk, and I didn't think I was going to sink, because again, it wasn't my own.
Did your friends stick by you? Because I've heard of stories, where people just decided to do something different outside of the norm, and then they'll immediately lost friends or support from people who were close to them, and then they had to maneuver on their own.
There was some pruning. In my life where
I like that, pruning.
Yeah, I'll say it like that, because not everybody can go with you. Or even, and it's nothing like, it wasn't anything that was like planned. It just happened, where people just
happened. Okay.
Themselves away, or they just fell. And so, but for the most part, I've had some amazing friends that have lifted my hand up, and when those moments when I'm weak, and encouraged, and when I wanted to give up, there was just giving up is just not an option. You know what I mean? And they would just drill that into me and just remind me of where I'm coming from. Oh, Jacqui. Yes. So thank you for that reminder. Yes.
I just saw this.
There. I sent it to the group.
That was such a different version of myself. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I turned it into
to see that hat,
I turned it into this black and white because I thought it was so elegant and beautiful, and I sent it to her.
It's lovely.
Yes. So, and in addition to that, what was going on here? So,
oh my gosh, you guys, that's funny. Must be one of the best jobs I've ever had, clowning around the cabin. I think one of the pictures I did actually climb into the overhead bin compartment. It was a new plane, and I was clowning around before we boarded, and what a great memory.
I thought you was trying to stow away or something.
I know, right?
Me too. Maybe I was looking for a hiding place.
Maybe I was in
Look like a hiding place.
I see your dad is here.
Hi, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, he's
nice.
So let's just hop on over quickly to the comments, and so we don't we don't leave out our okay. So here we have Janine.
Hi, Tati.
Roschelle, you're phenomenal. I love you so much. And Aldit or Bewildered One says, Roschelle, that gentleman is what you call able and willing destiny helper.
Yes.
Morning, Monica. How are you? She says, happy birthday, Jacqui.
Thank you.
Sister Morrison says, if God be for you, who can be against
better
you?
preach.
Will be against you. Yes. Yes.
Says how proud she is.
Aww.
And then bring down Goliath. Hey,
That-
Ro. And Ralph, hey Ralphie, greetings, ladies. Thanks. Keep the positive.
That's my husband,
Yes.
Roschelle.
Oh,
Yes,
hi,
Brother
Rosie.
Ralph.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Charles, he says, what courage. Thank you for helping us lift our feet and hit the ground with God's help.
Amen.
Yes.
Congratulations, she
Thank you.
says.
Thank
And
you.
Monica says, I'm proud to be 58 years. We are not
Oh.
We're not
yes,
Yeah,
Sister
chicken.
says, thumbs up to you, my sister.
Big up. Thank you.
Mhm. And of course, Bewildered is saying, Miss Rowena, big up, great job. And that has to do with you, Ro.
Yes.
Newton says, Rochelle's dad.
Oh man, Daddy. Oh man, my family has really been a source of
That's
support.
awesome.
Honestly, my dad and my bonus mom, Debbie, like Valerie, Valerie's my mom's best friend. She's also in the chat. They've all just been like this, like a force field.
Those are your big arms, the big hugs.
Understand?
That you get from afar. Those are the big hugs that even when you're not close by, you still
they're there.
They feel hug your hug. Yes.
When they go quiet because my little sadness. I don't want nobody to know they're constantly calling. You're good. You're all right. Keep going. It makes a difference. It does, and I'm forever grateful to my parents, and my friends, my family, and man.
Yes, it does. What's one of the more memorable places that you've been? Because I used to follow your little blogs on your places. Like you end up in some place with some camelback or something like that. I say, Lord have mercy, what Roschelle I do upon this thing here? She's not afraid that she should drop off.
No.
And then next thing we know, let me see her upon the next side of the world. Let me say, Lord have mercy, where's she now? Next thing she in some bikini on the beach in Jamaica. I said, what's she on the camelback yesterday? What she do this?
That's right. There is an illusion. It is false evidence appearing real. One life, Jacqui.
Yes, I'm saying, what's one of the more memorable places you've been? You really like, or just mesmerizing.
Oh wow, that is a woof. Wow,
there are a few, even if it's a few.
Yeah, Ghana. I'll say Ghana.
Tell me about Ghana, because I think there's so much like us in Jamaica.
Yeah, hello, they have a place in a place called East Legon. It's right outside of Accra. It's like a little Jamaica. I go on a restaurant, one Jamaican restaurant, Rastaman today, and the live music, the food. It's called Jam Rock. It was so nice. But aside from
authentic, the food is authentic.
As much as it can be. I mean, you know what I'm saying, considering, as much as I enjoyed it, I did, but it was more for the experience more than anything.
Yes.
The food wasn't bad. The food wasn't bad. Ghana, for me, the most memorable thing was going to the castle, the slave castles.
Yes.
That
where you see the last.
Yeah, man.
The last
home
of the slaves.
Called the Door of No Return, and just trying to like superimpose your mind to imagine what that must have been like. You know what I'm saying? And then the door opens, and it when the door opens from the castle, it opens out to the sea, where I'm sure their fate are these slave ships that are about to transport them. It was, and then they take you into the dungeons, where where they layered the women like they just stack them, and if in these dark places, and human beings, if you think about our natural body functions, and everything is just dripping down one on top of the other, like they literally have it still there. It's hard enough, but it's caked. It was horrible. It was, so we that was a powerful experience, and
to think and to look at you today, because remember, we're coming from that ancestry.
Yes, ma'am.
And look at you today.
Amen.
Yes.
So
we're so proud of you, Ro. And You know, hey, we're Jamaicans, so we're go like over the moon kind of thing.
Pick up yourself, no.
We can't help ourselves.
And that's okay. We are too.
Yes, we will laud our people. And we will big them up and thing and walk with people. Think we have a chip on our shoulder, but we know that once we put ourselves in a position that we can excel, there is a spirit and sense of accomplishment.
Yes,
of course. Nothing is wrong with that.
Yes,
yes, you should.
Yes. One of my bosses, an Italian man, he said to me one day, he said, Jacqui, let me ask you something. What is it about the Jamaicans? He said, every Jamaican that I've employed here, they never stay in one position for long.
Oh, no.
They don't want to stay down there. I said, that is a part of our spirit. That is our spirit. That is our culture. God, rest his soul. He really respected the Jamaicans because they never stayed at one position and they always aspire to learn. He said, he mentioned that. He said they always aspire to learn more and they're not comfortable staying in one position. And that's our spirit.
Yes.
As this saying, as one of our saying goes, we're coming here to drink milk, we're not coming here to count cow. We're not keep up no arms out. We come to drink and we are doing a king. We're always looking at the big picture. We're always looking at the end result. As far as we can see it or as much as we can imagine it. So being in one position, you never, and thank God for the talents and gifts that he has given us. So, we're never comfortable. You hardly see anybody just say, I'm a rich man, I'm a good man, I just go out over. No, they want more. They want to, they want to aspire for, them have something of them back to them put away where they want to go back to, so it's always, it's just something that's, what's that?
I said we're movers and shakers.
Very much.
Yes. Look, every affluent community in Jamaica have a ghetto at the foot of the hill.
True.
So, no matter how fancy the neighborhood is, somebody else from down here so going to come and build right under you. Because better than me. You think you're better than me, you think you one can live. That's our attitude. And one day they're gonna have one of those houses on the hill right next to yours.
We look at Talawa, right? And I guess I wonder, where does that come from? Because even on a global scale, right, Jamaicans by and large have made such a global impact. You would think that we're this big country, what I'm saying? We're really like 2-point-something million. We're really not that large in the grand scheme.
But if you now we're learning more, especially social media has made it more accessible for you to learn about where we're coming from and the spirit of the people that they took from slavery, the slaves that they took and sent to Jamaica were the ones who were very hardworking and the ones who they were very creative. Their minds were very creative. And those are the ones they sent to Jamaica because Jamaica was one of the places that the gold, which is the sugar at the time, was
because of our rebellion. I heard that we were bound for the Americas, but we just did bad and rebellious, so they make it
we're rebellious.
Yes, and they said, we're rebellious.
Yes, but not social media.
Not only social media.
No, you mentioned social media, but because of social media too, because back in the day when all we depended on was our print media. So whatever we got and the JBC, right? And RJR. But now with social media, you're seeing people's lives. People are interviewing people all over the world, Jamaicans all over the world. And you understand why they left, why they settled there, what their achievements are. And the big thing now is that a lot of Jamaicans are now going back home. We imagine people are going, but they're going back.
Yeah.
And they have gone back. They have settled. They are happy. They are doing things. A lot of them have opened their own businesses,
Yeah.
Offering their time and their skills.
Yeah, but you know what too? That I'm sorry. Yeah,
Things.
that has helped to introduce businesses that were not there before. But by them being away, they now see the
They get
need
creative.
for it. Yeah. So a lot of
Right,
it,
they
all
get
the
creative.
experiences come together. And they,
and if Ro were to decide to go back home, we have the aviation school.
Hello.
Right.
Fun and joke aside,
Exactly.
fun and joke aside, that is a vision. That is
There
a
you
vision of
go.
mine, because at the end of the day, I mean, I know there's one flight school in Tinson Penn in Kingston, to my understanding. Somebody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, at my big age, the industry here, to be an ATP, an airline transport pilot, the age cutoff is 65. They're thinking about raising it to 67, but right now it's 65. And then it's like, okay, 65 means still a young girl. Hello. What do you do, after at that stage? And I'm like, I would love, to be able to facilitate. My dream would be to facilitate a flight school for little girls or even boys. I mean, in an underprivileged, underserved communities.
Yeah, underserved. Yes,
we can do it, and I'm able to give that back. As in honor of Tom Good, who served me when I needed it.
That's right, Ro. That's what I'm talking about.
called giving back
And you have
and paying it
so
forward.
many children growing up who are peering into their screens, and they're seeing people who are achieving, and in their hearts they want that.
Yes.
Their present circumstances does not allow them to, because of poverty, what have you.
Yeah, access.
But they have a dream.
Yeah, one of our youth at church too, he became a pilot.
I remember him.
Brian. Yeah, Brian. He's a pilot, and he's a captain now, matter of fact. But he that's the same thing. He was a little boy in Jamaica. He had this love of flying, this admiration. He never knew what it was about, but it was an admiration, and God would so put it pretty much like how your story knitted together, Roschelle, that he came here, and one step at a time he was able to go do the aviation school, and he took off from there. So who knows how many other children are in similar situations or positions, or who will be. Children who are being born now, or who are youngsters now, that God help you 20 years from now, 15, 10, whatever, you can now pour into them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
that would be amazing. So, Ro, if we were to do something like this, you can tell us what this experience is like, because I'm seeing it. I say, oh dear, what a task, what a chore.
That girl magic. Oh my God.
What is that? It looks like a crutch.
It's called a tow bar. And of course, remove the chocks. Not going anywhere with that.
All right then.
Oh,
you're taking it out of the hanger.
I'm taking it out of the hanger.
Okay.
You have to watch the wings to make sure on both sides that they don't pitch.
It looks pretty easy. It looks easy.
Looks are deceiving though.
I know that. But she's doing it effortlessly, as if it's so easzy.
Trying to make it runway.
You see it, and that's Tom Good. That's me in Detroit. The story I shared with you earlier.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's like, you're gonna do it. And this man didn't do it. I'm like, you're not gonna help me? He said, let's go. Get that plane.
That's awesome.
And he lined it up on the center line right there. And then I had to, taxi it all the way to the runway. But like a box. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Awesome.
You did it, no? You did it.
I did it.
Yes.
And I mean, I think that must have been like day 3 because I'm smiling. Day 1 and 2, I was like, I don't even really want to be here. I can't wait for the week to be done because I'm quitting. I'm going back to my job. But
yes, you're stuck with it. And so, we are the objective here. And I think this year, as a team, we are so much more intentional about the guests who are appearing on our platform, because producer says people need to walk away with something at the end of a show, both on the bi-weekly radio platform and here at Saturday Morning Runnings.
Yes.
And it is true. Last week, Sister Dr. Faith, Dr. Faith really opened our minds up that when you desire to do something and you have to put it on hold, she put on hold her doctorate because she wanted to ensure that her children were able to pass the worst, as she said, and then she would be able to pursue her doctorate.
Yes.
And now she is successful. Those things you think about, because no matter what you wanted to do, if you really want to do it, and I'll beat the dead horse, figure it out and start.
There's a way.
Yeah.
True.
When you start, you're closer to finishing than when you sit there and procrastinate.
Procrastinate.
And sometimes it's not a case where you even thought of it. Somebody may just plant the bug in your ear. You know what I mean? Just like just by virtue of giving you a compliment, seeing it in you, and then opening up your eyes to it. So it's also about receiving. Somebody has your welfare at heart, and they see something in you. At the time, I have done things that I never knew I would or I could. It was not my to-do list. It was not my radar. No. But somebody saw something in me and said, who was it? Was it Melba Moore? Somebody who spoke at the funeral for what's the girl that just passed?
Angie.
Yeah.
And
said yes. She said all she was doing was reading something. I just heard it yesterday. She was reading something at an event, whatever it was. She had a reading to do, and by reading, she got approached by a producer of movies who came and said just the sound of her voice, how she did it, she wanted to give her a role. And that's how her career started. She never thought of anything. She just took the compliment, went with it, and it changed her life completely. So sometimes it's not even something that you yourself. Sometimes you have the desire and you think about it and you nurture it, and you might think you can't do it or the time isn't right. But sometimes it's spoken into you. So it's also about accepting.
Somebody has to nudge you sometimes. You have to get nudged.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, it's a blessing. That's what happened with me.
Yes.
With the captain that I was telling you about, I didn't even it wasn't even a conception, honestly. And she insisted, and I knew it was more than just her at that point.
Yeah.
So what happens now? Where do you go from here?
Well, that the journey continues, right? So, I finished my instrument and commercial. Honestly, I would like to finish my CFI, and if I could actually go home to Jamaica to teach, that would be great. I would love that. So if anybody knows anybody in Jamaica that at a flight school and want to hire me, I would love to teach. Because it doesn't matter how you build your hours, because the United States, the Federal Aviation Administration says you need 1,500 flight hours to get to the cockpit of a major airline.
Okay.
I don't care how you build those hours. The fastest way is by teaching, because if you have a rotation of students, hours come in really quickly. But that would be my goal. I would love to be on an island somewhere teaching
Of course.
Nice.
So can you tell
Nice.
me
Breathe
what's
into the
going on in
atmosphere,
this
my dear.
photograph?
Proud
Your
of you,
lips to
girl.
God's ears. Yeah.
Yeah, Ro, what was going on in this picture here, so?
This was my first solo. This was my
Oh,
solo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did this was could have been either my first or my second. It was like a 175 nautical mile cross country. My cross country solo by myself, no instructor. It's just me and God up there. And
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow.
what does it feel like when you're up there?
Yes.
It's
By yourself.
always exhilarating. It's freeing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like it's
Okay.
it's so hard to describe in words. You know what I mean?
I have a question though. I have a question regarding that, Roschelle.
Sure.
How do you feel? How do you feel versus being on the road driving in a car by yourself and up there flying by yourself? What's the difference? What kind of feeling do you get mentally and physically? That is.
You're able to. Oh my gosh, the aerial view. First of all, you know what I mean. Like your dimension. The dimension is just here when you're on the ground.
Eagle eye view.
You're able to see aerially. It's
Everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like I'm in the coast. I'm in Florida, so when I fly by the water, you get to see the water. You get to see lakes. It's precious.
I'm sure it's exhilarating.
Yeah,
Beautiful. So how about the landing? Was there any fear, like the first time you had to land on your own, or any kind of?
No fear the first time I had to land on my own. That's a story for another day, but my landings have gotten better. Let's say my landings have gotten better, and then any day that you have a good landing is a good day.
A good day.
Okay.
When we would land in Air Jamaica back in the day, and the landing is great, and we give a cheer. We
clap.
Is it likely we would have gotten even a teeny fingernail clap for you?
No, honestly, no. The landings itself, I will say, one of my cross countries, the wind. If you have a crosswind, it's not. I was getting the air traffic control was getting mad at me because I kept going around. Like I was coming in, and I'm like gusting around. And if you're not stabilized, I'm not a cowboy. I'm extremely cautious. If I'm not stabilized by the time I'm 300 feet off the ground, I'm going around. And so for some reason that day, it wasn't my home airport. There was a lot of traffic going on, and I was saying going around, and I remember she got to go like, do you have to land here? And I said, yes, ma'am. I'm a student solo. I have to land here. And because when you go around, you kind of it gets congested. And but it came in, and I landed the aircraft. I needed to be safe, so I landed it in that. It must have been like gusting maybe 12 or 13 knots, which was a lot for me at the time. So
yeah. Well, the one thing I want to say, I am proud to meet you, Roschelle, and I wish I could give you a hug, because I'm telling you, I'm so fearful of flying that when I have to fly, sometimes I get a diarrhea before.
No.
I'm scared of takeoff, and I'm scared of landing, but the takeoff is worse. My worst point of flying is takeoff. Yes, I don't like flying, period.
Where are you? You're in New York?
No, I'm in Georgia.
One day, we're going to come, Georgia. We'll jump in a plane and we'll go up. All right, we're going to heal that.
Hello, Miss. Listen here now, Miss Roschelle. You're not going to take Max. I'll leave the rest away, I have no fear of flying. All right.
There you go.
We come sit down next to you and look at the instruments. You're not going to go to Georgia and take Max on no.
No problem.
Expedition.
Or nothing.
No problem. No problem. Where you want to go? You want to go down?
You have to run a robot. You have got when me a lady be a one stop.
No problem. No problem. My apologies. My apologies.
We'll pick up 1-1.
We'll take a flight. We'll go down to New Orleans and get some gumbo.
One stop.
What is it? What's your favorite? What's your favorite part of flying? Is it because personally, as a passenger, I like the takeoff when you go zoo. I like that.
And you lean back and go.
When you pull up or whatever you all call it.
You know what I like? That's a good question. That is a very good question. I do like straight and level, of course, but I actually like climbing. I like
I
it,
like
which is new for me. I used to be very timid about being at altitude, but the higher up you go, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm flying, I pull up the map. I don't really watch movies. I pull up the map. So man. So
And
I
check
can
it
see.
out.
Yeah, I can
So you
see.
can see how you are.
The distance, the
To your
speed.
destination. Yes.
I want to see what we're going over. I'm all up in it. Yeah.
So here is a student right here now, Ro. Here, Shern is a student.
Oh, sure.
Next life.
Come to Jamaica and let me be your instructor.
I will.
When I'm flying, I do everything to distract myself. I do everything. I can't sleep to start with because I'm timid and scared.
No, so
I can't sleep.
she need a good shot of white rum.
You need a little tranquilizer.
She need a good shot of white rum.
Yeah. No, you have nothing to fear. Honestly, besides what's going on now, I
was going to mention with everything that's going on in aviation, even yesterday, this plane had fire coming out of one of the wings or something like that,
And it's funny because it's not just flying, it's height in general for me. I don't like high places.
Okay.
It's height in general, but flying is the worst part of the height, yes.
I'm sorry, Jacqui. What did you say, please?
No, I was saying with everything that's going on now, how safe do you think it is still?
It's still very safe. I'm honestly, when I go out onto the the runway, and it's not something that I'm worried about, right now.
I prefer bigger planes. I feel that they're more stable than tiny planes. I think the tiny planes seem like they can just be blown out of the sky, but the bigger planes, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
And there's certain planes cannot handle certain things. Certain, the aircraft that I'm flying in now cannot handle what an Airbus or a Boeing or any of those other airliners can manage. So but
we don't want to disappear and come back 5 years later like Manifest.
Understand? No, that's not gonna happen. And again, I don't call myself to this, so I'm very, very confident. I have no fear when it comes to that, honestly.
And that is so good. Boy, Ro,
you cannot fear if you're gonna fly.
You've really inspired
us
this morning and our viewers. And we're just gonna say, go on through, girl. Go on through.
Got you.
But let's just quickly wrap up with our comments, and then we will close the show for today. So Monica says, last week mom celebrated her 85th, Monica's mom. So she says, ladies, you're inspirational, empowering, and motivational. Keep up your good work. The hands of the Lord continue to be upon you all. God got to run, duty call. All right, darling, we thank you. Pat Downswell.
Thank you, Monica.
Hey, Pat, congratulations to you. When God in our step, there's nothing can derail. And God bless that gentleman to give you a chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You always provide that one person.
Yes. Lovey says, it's a blessing when we can do the things that we can and also inspire all who think of themselves less. But as you grow into your career, be blessed. I'm so proud of you. And she give you cheers and all that.
Thank you.
Yes. Our bewildered dearest Aldith must you beat me now, That's right, Jacqui. It's the type of slaves that were sent to Jamaica. Resilient, hardworking, bold, strong, and creative people. That is who we are.
That is who we are, of course.
Yes, and Sister Morrison said, born Jamaican, son of the soil.
Son of the soil.
Yeah.
Daughter of the soil too.
Yes. Be here saying, but I must big up all the 60s.
Big up, large up on yourself.
Yeah, larger.
Yeah. She says, oh boy, you're strong. Good for you. I think it's when you were pulling the
the thing, yeah, man.
Pulling the
Yes. Oh, yeah. Figure it out and start. Yes, lady.
Absolutely.
That's very true, Shern. It's also about the nudging and accepting.
Yes, ma'am.
Accepting, yes.
Debbie Campbell says, Morning, ladies. Happy birthday, Jacqui. Thanks, Lady D, for the platform.
Thank you.
And proud. My no, Sages, Roschelle, Wonder Woman, God's property, proof that all things are possible.
That's my bonus mom.
Yes.
And the world said stepmom, but she's a bonus. Yeah,
Right,
she's
right.
wonderful. And that's my sister. That's my sister.
Sunshine.
Welcome the family. The whole family is here. Welcome,
very
everybody.
blessed.
To support
Yes,
you. That's
yes.
very good.
Yes,
Yes, you're a happening girl. Them can't stop you.
that's right.
Hello. So, I hope everyone this morning, there's a takeaway for you.
Mhm.
And Roschelle, when I saw your going on, I said to Eval, I said, I need to reach out to Vogue because
Always.
this would be a good set for us.
Thank you.
Right.
And it certainly has been. Whenever we see people and they're achieving and excelling, we need to be happy for each other. That's
Yes.
not going to be always the case.
Mhm.
Human nature in us, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
I'm sure Roschelle, say 15 years back, had not seen herself here.
Right.
She she want to aspire for things and so on, and she went and she became a flight attendant. I had gone for a flight attendant interview with American Airlines back in the day, but they were interviewing for the security personnel.
Aspect, yeah.
Please enter your password.
The gentleman looked at me and said, I don't think this would be for you. And so they wished me well and said, maybe when we're doing for the flight attendant, you could come back, but you don't suit no security.
You can't manage security.
So them bid me adieu. And I never mind. Me never feel no way because I liked the ground staff look. The flight attendant part, I hadn't pictured myself up there. So, but I liked, the desk thing. People come up and do the check-in and all.
I have a niece who is a flight attendant.
Yeah.
But I did go to the airport. That's where they conduct the interviews in Norman Manley. And the gentleman, he just kindly sent me along. He just said,
there's one admonition I have. One admonition I have for Roschelle, because I know you're into writing, and of course I'm an author myself.
Okay.
And I know while you gather, what I'd like to admonish you to do while you're gathering all these experiences, a lot of times we can't document our experiences immediately as we get them, as we gather them. But you can make bullet points of what your experiences are, so that when you're ready to settle back into writing, you have your notes.
Yes, ma'am.
To go to write. And sometimes too, we have to relive the moment when we are ready to write in order to document.
Yes.
So, make sure you're making your notes, make sure you're taking notes here and there. So when you're ready to do your third book, you have it all together.
That's good counsel. Thank you.
That is so
You're
true.
welcome.
And,
Yes.
I like to just share little snippets of what you're up to. So I'd like to know what you're up to here, so now.
School girl. Schoolers.
Yeah. I was in ground school. And I wanted to read you guys, I asked you to send good vibes. And I got an 88 on my
Embark on the second leg of this journey. Good morning.
Embark on the second leg of your journey.
Yes.
So, Ro, we thank you.
Yes.
You came, you delivered, you inspired, you empowered, and the blessing of the Lord is upon you.
Amen.
And we just want you to come back over here. So come tell me when you're done.
Yes, miss.
No problem.
And show with the surfy ticket.
Right? Big and broad.
Show with the surfy ticket. So we can say, oh, we were a part of the journey.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
What Bewildered says, I had gone for an interview too. They wanted to see my English CSEC grade. I was coming out in a week, but they couldn't wait. I got an A, but the opportunity passed.
Oh.
They make your name go back. All that you should apply again. Hello. You know, we're just
Bewildered.
see.
Oh, you must have felt
She was
bewildered.
bewildered.
Listen, Uno, please don't jump on my audit like that, you know. It's never too late for your audit. If you want it, you go back right round there. You hear?
Yeah.
You can see our expression, they know. Because me know. But Ro, we thank you so much. And balancing ambition and personal life. How is your son?
Yes.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for asking. A big man, no, not a baby anymore. He's finishing up his last semester in college. He'll be graduating in May, I think. And so I'm just
nice.
Yeah, man. So yeah, thanks for asking for him.
Shern, I got bewildered. Thanks, Shern. Well, you know, women who do it all, it's not easy to do. But
No.
when you get to the finish line and go through, you say, yes, I did it. I did it. I did it.
Indeed. And you can have it all, Jacqui. I concur with you. The question was raised earlier. Can we have it all? The answer is yes. We may not have it all at the very same time, but as you journey along and
yes, things, they get added up.
Get to the point where you are completely full. Yeah.
And Valerie says, great show, ladies, fun and laughter.
Oh, that's right, Val.
Thank you, Val.
So we're asking all our viewers who are not subscribers of the show, please just, you see the word shaded in black, white lettering. It says subscribe. Could you just tap it, please?
Yes. All my people that are here, please subscribe to this beautiful community platform. So yes, I'm mandating you all.
And do go back and watch the previous shows.
Yes, you will laugh. There is
because you'll be surprised and laughing, cracking up.
There we have several. As you go through them, you'll even come across the tripe that washed away, and you come across.
And the pig that got away in the bus.
The pig got away in the bus. And the pig got out of the bag in the bus.
So we
and the donkey that kicked over certain people.
The donkey that landed someone into a light post.
And sweet sugar and water. They have to give the person sweet sugar and water.
Oh boy, we're about some hilarious shows.
It's tripe. It's not ripe, we say it's tripe.
Not ripe, it's tripe.
R-I-P-E.
Or Jacqui, what mom did sail around the corner again.
The piece of fire stick.
The fire stick.
The fire stick bend the corner.
So we thank you, Rose, so much for spending time with us today.
It's my pleasure.
And, we look forward to hearing so much more, you know, about you and your accomplishment at the end of it. And ladies, me thank you so much for just sticking and staying with me. And, you know, we make the Saturday morning running school. It have a vibe over here. So no matter what conversation we're having, there's always a bout of laughter.
That's right.
Yes.
We're not stiff over here at all.
Not at all.
No, we're not stiff. So
we're very flexible.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks to producer. He's not here, but thanks producer, husband. And thanks to everyone who came on this morning. And again, don't leave without subscribing to the channel because, man, we're growing. Believe it or not.
And it's free, of course. Remember, the subscription is free. There's no monetary involved here. It's strictly free.
Yes. So we want to thank everyone for just being here with us. And ladies, you want to bring Ro into the tutorial about how we close out the show. How we close out the show.
May I come go up?
We're all going different directions. When the show
I come go down.
I personally go in. You know where that Jamaica, you do a smarty gate and you chat how long. And the person said, "Me come go in." That's a clue for you for go on about your business. So whether you go round, you go up, you go down. But me, I go in. Every week, me go in.
Yes. Me, I go round, so.
Lady, they are good.
So, Ro, which one would you like to take? Any one of your own. One of you. Anything you recall.
She can't go round.
She can't go round to Miss Ro.
Yes. Can't a little piece of saltfish go give Miss Ro. Go round. Go round now.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. It was fun. I had fun.
As we love to say, some here come one round, galang round, go up, go down, so go round. So
yeah.
Galang.
Oh my gosh, it was lovely.
It was
good
fun.
to have you, Roschelle, and I wish you all the best. Yes, and I know you will make everybody proud. We're already proud.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. Mwah. God
bless
you.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys. Love.
Good.
Always love.
Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Satideh Mawnin Runs. Join us on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Shern, Max, Jacqui, and me, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Inside of the Zone with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected every Saturday at 10 a.m. It's Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive.
Can you feel the vibe? Give me that beat.
Hi, I'm Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing? Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Male Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592.